Hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. Today's Wednesday. Figured I'd do a quick video. I've been noticing a lot of baseball card collections going up for sale, and I wanted to discuss that. First of all, though, little mail item from today. 1996 Donruss Diamond Kings Mike Mussina autographed. So nice new addition to that for my PC of Perez Steel autographs. Also, just Mussina's easy to get. This one is numbered to 10,000, which back in 1996 was like, whoa, numbered to 10,000, crazy. There's no such thing as a one of one until the year after this. I think they came out in those masterpieces cards, which are tough to find now. But yeah, I'm thrilled to add this. I'm also seeing these autograph prices are plummeting. I just bought 3. I've been selling quite a bit, and I just bought 3 for $21 shipped. Not each. That's 3 combined. $7 each on eBay of Hall of Famers, all of whom are deceased. So they're not producing any more autographs. I was really surprised. So thrilled to add this stuff to my collection. This is very clearly a legit Mussina autograph. Got this one really cheap. Now, part of it is that in-person autographs, especially on Diamond Kings, aren't very valuable, and so they're not in demand, which I love. I'm thrilled at that. The fact that nobody else wants these tells me I can get them cheap. So let's talk about collections, because for about 18 months I've had a Facebook Marketplace alert set for baseball card collection and other variations like that in Maine. I want to know, where are the baseball card collections for sale? And you know, if it's a good deal, it makes sense and it has things I'm interested in and also can sell. You know, I'm not interested in just selling, but if there's enough for me to add to my PC and then other things that I can sell so I at least break even on it, then it's perfect for me. Has not been much historically. I check it every 2 or 3 days or so, and there's not much in this alert. There's occasionally an outrageously priced collection for sale. There's occasionally junk, but it's not a lot, because I think that a lot of the collections end up getting snapped up by the big dealers in the area, and there are quite a few, and there are some really, really good dealers nearby. There's some not so good dealers who buy them also. But this week and last week, I started seeing dozens of them. And at first I was like, oh, wait, this is great. Some collections are coming up for sale. But then I started thinking, why are all these collections for sale? And some of them even have reduced prices. I think people are getting out of the market. People are leaving the card collection hobby at probably a fairly slow pace. Is this going to pick up? I don't know. I was just really intrigued by this fact that so many people all of a sudden are saying, maybe baseball cards aren't that great of an investment. Now, most of these are ultra-modern collections. There are some like 1980s, there's some junk backs in there, there's some 1970s. But for the most part, these are ultra modern, and you know, you're seeing, I've talked about this a few times, seeing the price decrease or value decrease on ultra modern the most. And unless it's Aaron Judge or some of the other, Jason Dominguez, of course. But yeah, it's just interesting to see all these people say, you know what, I'm gonna see if I can sell. So some of these were interesting. This one guy, fairly local to me, is selling a bunch of 100% worthless cards for like $500,000 each. He's posted them all individually, like 10 or 12 of them, and they are literally no-name players nobody's ever heard of from 1990 Pro Set football, and he's selling them for like $387,000 and trying to pump them up as really valuable players. And I was going to post a video showing this. In fact, I did an entire video. And then I noticed that this guy has tattoos all over his face, And so I Googled him, and it turns out he's been arrested a bunch of times for assault. And I thought, probably don't want to do a video on this when people could go and tell him I did this video, and then he finds me at a baseball card show and beats me up or something. I don't know. So I decided I wasn't going to pick on that. And I'm not really picking on any of these. Some of these are funny. I think they're intended to be funny. Like this one here, this collection, $500,000, got some wiggle room, not firm on price. Cool. Cool, $500,000. But another thing that I like to do is exclude anything that says sports card lot or baseball card lot, because in all likelihood, they're keeping their good cards. If it doesn't say collection, I'm not interested. If it says lot, then you know that they're just selling off crap that they're not interested in, and that most people probably aren't interested in. I'm also seeing more of people saying, I'm willing to trade for items that aren't sports cards. I saw willing to trade for Pokemon. Pokemon's still big. Willing to trade for car, willing to trade for dirt bike, things like that that I wasn't seeing 6 months ago, 12 months ago. Here's one. 2022 Topps base lots. And this isn't a collection, it was just funny. $1 million. Letting them go cheap. Now, I don't think he's trying to sell it for $1 million, but it looks a little strange that you're saying you're letting them go cheap, but you don't have a price that you expect them to go for, unless you really expect 2022 Topps base commons to go for $1 million. And I really don't think so. It's just a strange way to sell or attempt to sell these cards. And those have been on there for a week at least and not selling. And I'm just going to kind of cycle through a bunch here. I'm not going to go through all of them, but it's just more illustrating all the collections I've seen. And it's really, I'm only putting in half a dozen or so, and there are dozens of them just in Maine alone. But here's another interesting one. This 2022 Jim Palmer 1/1 autograph. He talks about how difficult it is to find comps for this, which is true. Any 1/1, it's kind of tough to comp them out. But he calls it an older card. Just pulled it from a pack like a week ago, I'm assuming. It's a 2022 card and says that it's an older card, so it's more valuable, I guess. And then this one I love. Rare and collectible 1991 Topps Bo Jackson, graded Gem Mint 10, stored. So actually, we're going to stop for a second. Graded Gem Mint 10. I think this was originally priced, I've got it up here, priced at $2,100. He's got it priced now at $1,400. This 1991 Topps Bo Jackson is worth about a dime, maybe. And he says it's graded Gem Mint 10, but it's raw. John Mangini says he hates it when people call it raw, and I agree with him. I hadn't thought about it this way. Well, actually, this card is raw because it's not even in a top loader or sleeve in the photo. But then the seller says, stored in a semi-rigid holder in a one-touch resealable bag. Yeah, so rare and collectible, 1991 Topps Bo Jackson. Good stuff. So let me know in comments, are you seeing a lot more collections for sale? Are they cheaper than they were, say, 6 months ago or a year ago? Are more people getting out of the hobby? I don't think that's a good thing for the hobby. It's a good thing for me as a collector because prices go down, but I also don't want to see card shops going out of business. I don't want to see... I like the hobby thriving. That's just me. Let me know what you think in comments. Thanks very much for watching.